Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Awaken the World. Suddenly live this morning, 7:05 a.m. 28 days to a new consciousness. Well, it does begin now, as it does every day. And we're hosted here live on the Awaken the World page. And after seeing some of the comments from last night and this morning, I thought, you know what? What the heck? One more time. Why not? Let's meet together one more time first thing in the morning here. It's been such a habit the last 28 days. So we're going to keep this morning really light, really short. The 28 days to new consciousness is officially done the end of February. And it is my sincere wish that you have taken many things of value out of it, and I invite you to go back. I will post the YouTube playlist once I add the few videos that escaped the playlist for some reason. But they'll all be there for you all the time. And Sunday we're going to have a big wrap up and kind of bring it all together, and that'll be most beneficial if you've participated, but it'll be very beneficial even if you haven't participated the whole time. So looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. What are we going to talk about briefly this morning? Well, really, you are everything that you wish to be. And the message this morning is really about just relaxing into your life. You know, we live in a world where everything it has to be so fast, so right now, so me, now. And everything in our society is driven towards that. Now, there's a funny thing about that. You would think that that would represent some presence, but it doesn't. Good morning, Janet. Surprise, surprise. There were enough people who commented, that they were really going to miss the morning sessions, especially. So I thought, oh, well, let's do one more. I mean, come on. So when we use the present moment to recognize something we feel we lack, and then we project that off into a future space, we're using the present moment as a vehicle to get somewhere. We're not actually in the present moment. We're simply using it. And there's a big difference. Being in the present moment is really about the full acceptance of what is right now in a heightened state of awareness. Being aware of not only the actors and the play that's going on. Yeah, never an end. Hey, Janet, that's for sure. Man, I tell you, I know for me, 3,200, and well, in another 15 years or so, I'll be pressing 3,300 years now. At least the number of consciousnesses that have manifested, this current one being Garen, although those weren't my past lives. One of the best examples of that, of course, and Kelly had brought this up, was the spoke and wheels, right? Like the old wagon wheel. The higher self, that which you truly are, is the center of that wheel. And each spoke is that higher self reaching out into the physical world for an expression of itself. And there is not one spoke, Garen, which is a spoke, but there are a huge number of spokes. And all of those spokes, which we would call past lives and past experiences, well, the reason they sometimes intrude on the present moment, of course, is they're all actually happening right now. They're all current today, right now. And that's too hard for the mind to get by. It just can't, figure out 1812 and 2019 as being and occupying the same space and time. And that's okay. You really don't have to understand those things. But what you really do have to understand is that you are everything you wish to be already. We think about improving ourselves, and when we're talking about improving, we're speaking from an egoic point of view. Now, there is nothing wrong with improving your egoic point of view as far as what the ego is good for. So if you take a course in first aid, as I have just done recently, and I have to do the practical test coming up here in the next week or two, or you are in school or university for something, that is not a concern. The concern, though, is that there's a sense of not enoughness to a singular being in our world, that you are not whole and not complete, and there is something you must somehow get to become complete. Good morning. How are you doing, Carol? I decided to come back one more time. There were enough comments about people going to miss this. I thought, well, what the heck? If you guys don't mind seeing my face first thing in the morning, I'll show up. I can do it. So, we've been trained since we were young that you're not all you need to be, that you need to keep adding until you get to a point where somehow you feel all you need to be. And yet, every person in history who's talked about these sort of things will tell you that no matter how much money, how much fame, how much position, how many degrees, how many pieces of paper lining your wall, none of that makes for happiness or joy. None of that makes for true satisfaction. The joy, the happiness, the satisfaction in life comes from our service to others. Our selfless realization that in serving others, we are serving ourselves. And here in this strata that we are part of, there are 10 units altogether. This is a microcosm of that macrocosmic truth. We have members of the strata who are only concerned about themselves. They're trying to get out of the strata. They want a home somewhere else with a larger yard, more privacy, whatever the case may be. And in that, they're only serving themselves. So they refuse repairs and maintenance costs that they feel they're going to be gone before those maintenance costs and repairs need to be done. Does that serve the whole? No. Does it even serve yourself? Well, on the surface, it appears to be serving themselves, right? They don't want to see themselves spend any more money into the strata. They don't want to see the strata rates go up because their idea is to stay here as short as possible and then get out. Now, I take a different approach. My approach with this strata has always been whatever I do for the whole here also benefits me. So when Kelly and I painted the 300 feet worth of fencing and cut a bunch of the fence posts and mended them upright again because the fence had been pushed over so many places and got the fence all looking very nice, we charged a very fair fee to do that as the maintenance people here. The reason I did that, and I said to Kelly, the reason why I'm not going to overcharge or charge them more than I feel it's worth for me to do the job is because it benefits the whole of us to have it done. So in fact, I'm getting paid twice. I'm getting paid as a service to others, and they're paying me from the strata as cash, but I'm receiving a better kind of payment underneath that. The payment of giving of myself into the whole and watching the rewards from the whole come back to me as well. This is the true gift of our existence, okay? You are everything you need to be, and the best expression of you is always found in that surrendering service to others. Just like we talked about last night, whether it's the sun giving up its light, or the clouds giving up their rain, or the plants giving their lives for animals, or animals giving their lives for people who eat animals. It's all about surrendering and sacrifice. Now, in this physical realm, that gets hard to handle. Where do we find the balance between surrender and sacrifice and becoming a doormat? Well, we need to understand that surrendering and sacrifice really applies to accepting the present moment for exactly as it is and then acting from that place, whatever that place may be. Now, as Eckhart Tolle says, that doesn't mean you're not going to say no. But the no will be a high quality no. It will not be a no with your ego attached behind it, as in, how dare you ask me to do such a thing. It will be an acceptance of the present moment and then a choice based out of that acceptance. This is the path. And it is the path we're all on every day, whether we realize it or not. And the choices we make are all based around these things. You know, our ideas of whether or not we feel we need someone else's approval or not. And the message for this morning is very simple. You are so much already everything you need to be. You are the love you seek. You are the peace you want to feel. You are the compassion of all of those beings who have shown us to be compassionate. How do you access it? Very simply. Just let go. Let go. Let God lead your life for a while. That doesn't mean becoming a doorman. I want to be very clear about that. It doesn't mean laying yourself down and saying, go ahead, step all over me. What it means is you will act from your highest place of being. Whatever that place may be today. And we get confused. People say, well, I could have done better. You know what? In retrospection, everyone can do better. The 2020 vision that retrospection gives us is not fair when it comes to the present moment. That retrospection serves a purpose. It allows us to see where we've, fallen unconscious and realize the issues that we still have to let go of. But in truth, when you just let go, when you decide to say to yourself, life, even just for the next month, I'm just going to let you bring me whatever it is you're going to bring me. And I'm going to accept it with open arms. And then I'm going to deal with it from that loving place of acceptance. Well, what happens? One, you don't spend a lot of time in the mind pushing up against what already is. Why? Because you're accepting its presence. You understand that if it's already happening, if it's already here right now, there's nothing that you can do about it to take away from its here-ness. In acceptance, in looking at it from the bigger picture, the way forward becomes clear. That's it this morning, really short. Just want to let you know you're everything you need to be. You always are in every day. And no matter how you react every day, it's absolutely perfect, because if you're not acting from that higher place, you're acting from a lower place. And in that lower place, the consequences and seeds of your growth are built in. You really can't fail. You can't mess this up. That's the truth. Trust me, I've been dead twice, and if there was anyone who was going to be considered to be messing life up, the first time around for sure, it was me. Guess what? Only a loving God. No judgment. No condemnation. So first and foremost, drop those things with yourself. Do not subscribe to them. They are not acceptance of what is right now. Much love to you this morning. It's been a wonderful journey. Look forward to a meditation perhaps tonight on the group page. We'll see about that, or on the Awaken the World page. We'll post it. And of course, live videos coming up on our YouTube channels on Sunday. Take care for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday morning. And again, all our love. You are everything you need to be.